Welcome back to Windsong Intuition Fire Signs. I thought I'd do something a little bit different since it's October and coming up onto Halloween. I thought I would do readings on what you're hiding behind your mask. And so I thought I would do pick a card readings for the individual elements so that you can intuitively choose which pile you feel is going to represent you. Now it doesn't have to be anything bad. Sometimes when we hide things behind a mask, it's either for our own protection, or it's because we don't want to hurt other people's feelings, or maybe we just don't want people to see we're humbled, and don't want to show everything that we feel or do for other people. So it doesn't have to be anything bad when we hide things behind a mask, and sometimes it might be. It might come up that there are things that you're hiding that are not in your best interest. And so this is a timeless reading, so no matter at what point in time you come across this, if you feel drawn to these readings, then it's meant for you. And these are general readings also, so take what you feel resonates with you, and just keep in the back of your mind that what doesn't resonate for you is probably meant for somebody else who also chose the same pile. So this is pile 1, 2, and 3. And if you need to pause the video to focus on the cards and choose which pile is best for you, and then we'll get started with pile 1. Okay, this is the reading for fire signs that chose pile 1, and this is the reading for what you are hiding behind your mask. And this is going to have tarot cards and oracle cards. So let's see what tarot cards you got. And I'm not going to do a particular spread. We're just going to lay them all out. Try to get them all and keep them all in frame here. Okay, so right away I feel like what you hide behind your mask is a lot of your own internal struggles, and you're also humble in the sense that whenever you've accomplished something or done something or have something in your life that should be celebrated, you don't necessarily want to boast about it or brag about it. It's something that you don't necessarily just go around telling everybody. I also feel like with this card here that you're somebody who likes to give, but you don't necessarily want people either knowing about it or talking about it or making a big deal about it. You know, maybe you see a friend struggling and you want to help them out, but you feel it would embarrass them, so you sort of do it in a way where they don't realize it's you that's done it. They maybe you've slipped them some money, or you pay a bill, or you help them out, or leave something at their house that they know that they need and they just don't know who did it. I feel like you also don't always speak your mind. You have a lot that you think that you don't feel like it's beneficial necessarily to say all those words. And you also hide, along with this, you hide your emotions a lot. You just sort of keep everything really internalized. So you want what you present to everybody, the mask that you show everybody, is somebody who's really even-keeled, and it could even be that you present yourself as emotionless when you really aren't, and that you don't want them to feel as though you may be struggling, but you don't want anybody else to see that you're struggling. So they see somebody who's not having any problems in their life, and may even be sort of aloof, but deep down inside you've really got a lot of depth. Now, so let's see what oracle cards you got. The Web Weaver and the River Queen. So with these, I see that whenever you're helping somebody, you're really feeling like you're pulled to do that. Like you're feeling like that's you're feeling divinely pulled to do that. You're feeling like you're put in that place at that time for a reason. and you feel like you're sort of able to help people out, and they're not necessarily going to see how you're doing it, but you feel like that you're sort of, it's part of your divine mission to do that. And you're also really good at just sort of going with the flow of things, and that's part of your internalizing all this emotion. So it's, for you feel like that's not rocking the boat. You're just sort of able to go through life much easier, because you feel like if I just keep it to myself, then that's not causing any problems. And that can be good in some instances, but it can also be bad, and if you're bottling it up too much. It's good to let go and let things just flow, but at the same time, sometimes those are not rivers that we need to be traversing. They're not the best rivers, and sometimes it's a good to sort of rock the boat in those instances. So you may be trying to present yourself as, as the passive, just sort of let things flow, but it may be causing you this internal conflict. So just keep that in mind. So you're somebody, I feel like you do have a strong intuition, and that's how you're knowing about the divine guidance. I feel like you may even hide more of the confidence, because this confidence card comes up. I don't feel like that's something that you necessarily present all the time. I feel like that's part of what you're hiding behind the mask, is that you're hiding your own confidence. It's part of the not wanting to be boastful. I think you may confuse confidence with bragging or boasting, so that's why you do it. And that's not necessarily the case all the time. You can show your confidence without it be bragging. But I really feel like if there's any part of this, aside from the internal conflicts that you have and hiding your emotions, that you need to work on, I think it's this one right here, the just going with the flow. Because there's some things that it may be easier externally to go with the flow, but it's just going to cause internal conflicts, and it's not really how you're feeling. So the last card we have here, hoping these are all going to be in frame, is nurture. Yeah, that's another thing that you're hiding behind your mask, is your nurturing nature. I think you come off as more apathetic, and I don't think that's what you mean to come off as. I don't think your intention is to come off as somebody who's apathetic, because you're really not. I think you're just afraid that if you show how much you care or how much you're helping others, that it's going to come across as a bragging or boastful nature. And I don't think that's always going to be the case. Sometimes people are embarrassed when they need help. So it's good that you're trying to be discreet in some instances, but most of the time, on the negative side of hiding behind that kind of mask, is that people are going to sway the other way and just think that you're cold-hearted, and that's not the case at all. That is absolutely not the case. And that's not that they think that you're bad, but they may just, because you've kept hidden so much of what you do and what you feel, they're not realizing really how nurturing you are and how divinely guided you are to do that nurturing. And I think you feel like, I think and you can sense that that's how people feel, and that's part of what this is you're struggling with it. You want people to realize, I'm not cold-hearted, I really do care. But you've done it for so long, and you've hidden behind that mask for so long, that you're afraid of what, maybe people aren't going to believe you if you show who you really are. And I don't think that's going to be the case. I also think it may be causing you to be taken advantage of. And that's never a good thing. You don't want to be taken advantage of, because it's not going to, the people that are doing it it's not helping them in the long run. And it's really just, that kind of internal struggle will end up affecting you physically. It's going to end up affecting your health and your happiness. So that's something I would hope that you would work on, because at the end of the day, the person that you're hiding behind the mask is a good person, and it's something that needs to be in this world. It's a positive thing. You're not hiding an ugliness that people don't need to see. You're hiding. You're being a little too humble, and so I would urge you to sort of come out of that a little bit. You don't have to go make a billboard of everything that you've done, but just show your emotions a little bit. Show that you care a little bit. Let people know, oh, you're struggling, I can help you with that. It doesn't have to be give me the praise for doing it, but you can just, you can still be low-key about it, but you don't have to hide that you're doing it either. So I hope that this resonated with you, and that you this will help you to come out of your shell a little bit and express those emotions, and that it'll help ease that internal struggle that you're feeling. And I urge you, because you're so intuitive and that you are divinely guided, to really meditate on it, pray on it, however you connect with the divine, and you'll see that they don't want you to be struggling in that way, and that you're doing this because you're guided by the divine, and that's a good thing. So I hope, Group 1, that you found this to be helpful for you, and just leave a comment and let me know. Okay, we'll see you later, Group 1. Okay, Group 2, if you chose Pile 2 for fire signs, this is your reading. We have some tarot cards and oracle cards, and I'm just going to lay them all out and see what we have here. What are you hiding behind your mask? Oh, somebody's hiding their light under a bushel. That's what I'm seeing right away. You've got some talent that you are not displaying. Maybe you don't think it's there, or maybe you do and you're not sure how to express it, or maybe you're just afraid it's people are going to think you're too exuberant or bragging or whatever. Maybe they think they're going to think you're seeking fame, but for whatever reason, you are hiding some major gifts. And I'm feeling like it's a creative gift. It doesn't necessarily have to be music. The piano is here, so it could be. But I really feel like a lot of it is just creative, in the sense of it could be art, it could be writing, even creativity with your emotions. Maybe you're a gifted counselor, and that takes creativity, because it takes thinking outside the box and being able to see different perspectives. But for whatever reason, you're hiding your creativity. So let's see here what the oracle cards are. Hitting the mark. And the Diamond Dreamer. Okay. Well, from when you're hiding this, whatever it is something that can be profitable to you. And if you do this, you're going to be, this is the hitting the mark, intention, detachment. I don't see the detachment part of it. What I see is that you're very accurate at whatever it is that you're hiding. You're so good at it, it just comes naturally that you could just hit that mark every single time. Maybe you're a singer and you just have perfect pitch and you can just hit that note every single time. Or you're, a composer and you can just create those perfect melodies without really any adjustment. Whatever it is, though, it's if you're struggling financially, it's because you're not tapping into your potential. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like what you're hiding is, for whatever reason, that you're doing this, and I'd feel like completely that you're doing it. Some of you, it may be that you're unaware of exactly what your talent is, but for a lot of you, I think you really know, and you're just being stubborn. This rigid just tells me you're just being stubborn about showing this ability. You know, maybe you come from a scientific family and they don't really think you should, you know, become an artist. Or maybe you come from a family that's very negative and cynical and they don't think that being a counselor is a good thing, or for whatever reason though, and in the back of your mind you really want it, and I think you have this hope that it'll come about on its own, like maybe somebody will push you into it without you having to really do it on your own. But I think you're being stubborn about, you know, maybe you've been talking yourself out of it. You know, well, I can't make money doing that, or I'd have to go back to school, or I have a good job and I don't feel like I need to give that up. But for whatever reason, this is going to go to waste, and that's a real shame, because, I mean, it seems to be overflowing here. Let's see, have two more cards. Understanding and strength. Yeah. You know that this is what you're good at and what you're supposed to be doing. You know that this talent is your strength. This is what you should be doing in life. This is what you're good at. This is what will make you money. This is the, you know, even if you keep your job and have it as a side job, as a hobby, it's going to give you more emotional joy, and it's going to fulfill you more, and that's truly where your strength is. You know, maybe you should be a public speaker, or, you know, whatever it is, it's definitely creatively driven, and you have it in spades. I mean, abundance is here, you know, it's overflowing. With the star here, some of you, it may have to do with intuition or metaphysical abilities. But you know it, and you know that you're good at it. For whatever reason, you're just being stubborn about just going ahead and jumping into it. And I really think you need to pull that mask off, because, like I said, you're hiding your light under a bushel, and, you know, the world needs light. We need to see what you're good at. You know, this is whatever it is that's holding you back, if it's a job, or if you're just afraid of going back to school, or you're afraid of starting a business and it fails, and it might. You may have to restart it or reinvent it a couple of different times, but this is what you're supposed to be doing. And so I really hope, Group 2, that you just sort of bite the bullet, get over this stubbornness for whatever reason that you have, and, you know, meditate on it and figure out the best course of action. If that's what you need to do, sit down and write out, you know, maybe some bullet points on how to get started or what you're really feeling. But I don't think, if you chose this pile, that you have any doubt what this is pertaining to, because it's so strong. So I'd be very interested to hear in the comments if this resonated with you, and what you feel that this gift is that you're hiding, and maybe why you're being kind of stubborn about it. And just know that, you know, we're given these gifts for a reason, and it's to benefit all. It's not just to benefit you, it's to benefit everybody. And I really hope that you choose to take that mask off and show us that light. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll see you again, Group 2. Okay, Group 3, if you chose this pile, then this is the reading to let you know what you're hiding behind your mask. So let's take a look here. I'm just going to lay them all out. You actually had quite a lot of cards pop out. Quite a few more tarot cards than the other group did. So let's see. I'm going to have to double stack some of these. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you, Group 3, is a lot of internal struggle. You're not showing the depths of your emotions, and maybe the up and down roller coaster ride. And right away I'm hearing the words manic depressive. that may apply for some of you and not all of you, but I'm hearing manic depressive right off the bat. You're having these really, really intense highs, but then you're also having these really, really strong lows. And that may be something that a lot of people don't know that you're struggling with. Maybe you're either not getting treatment for it, or you are and you're not letting anybody know about it. And you're just trying to hide those up and down waves. So it's like you're having, you know, low, high, high, you know, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. And I think because of that, there's some sort of addiction that you're struggling with, and it doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It could be food, or it could be spending money, or it could be even if it's just you're obsessed with books because maybe that's your outlet. There's something though that's pulling you when you're in those lows, and it's because of this internal struggle of you hiding this. You're hiding your strength. You're hiding when you feel stagnant. You know, you're even hiding the good times because it's coming so wildly. But I do feel like that you've got an intuitive nature and you have a lot of knowledge, and you're not able to fully express that because of this emotional roller coaster. And it doesn't have to be manic depression. There are other things that can cause it. Maybe you have a job that's really unsteady, and so things are just up and down, and so finances are up and down, and then that just causes emotional turmoil. Maybe you've got an unsteady home life that you're just never sure when you walk into it, is it going to be a good experience, or am I walking into a nightmare? And you just never know. And so because of that, you're struggling. And I feel like for whatever reason, you're just not wanting the people around you to understand just how badly you're struggling with that. So let's see here. We have our oracle cards. Okay, so for some of you, I do think it's external, and you're struggling with hiding how it's affecting you, this whatever the situation is, because you're being made to feel like you would be judgmental, or you feel like you're being judgmental because of that situation. And for those of you that it's something that's manic depressive related, you're afraid of being judged. You don't want other people to you think it's going to make them look down on you for whatever reason, or maybe they're going to be too afraid to be around you because they're not going to know how your moods are going to be. Give me just a minute. I'm trying to figure out where the spiral dancer comes in. This card is about things coming full circle. Things are always turning in on themselves, and so it may be that you feel like you're just sort of in this endless loop, and you're constantly turning in circles, and you know that with the perception there, you know that you're just sort of like constantly spiraling, and you're not really getting anywhere. Yeah, I think you understand where this is coming from. For those of you that it's external, you know that's what it is. For those of you who are having manic depressive or other emotional issues, you understand that that's what it is. But if it seems to others that maybe you're sporadic, maybe you're hiding the fact that you do have a clear understanding of where all this is stemming from. But you have to understand that people can help you if some people may be judgmental. Well, you need to know that so that you can steer clear of them. It's not in your best emotional interest to have them in your life anyway, even if they're family. And it may just be that they're surprised and they need time to come around to it. Yeah, you're not understanding your own self-worth, or you're hiding your own self-worth. This is part of what you're hiding behind your mask is your own value because of this. Let's see. Yeah, you're wanting to go with the flow, with whatever it, you're. For those of you that are manic depressive, you're trying to go with the flow of things around you and not disturb it, not rock the boat with these emotions the wild emotions that you feel. And for those of you that are in an external situation, you're just trying to keep things going smoothly. And this freedom card is about breaking out of the stagnation. You see, she's in this rock and she's stuck. And that this card is about finding release from that, or needing release from that. Because if you stay in this situation, you just sort of shut down and you just sort of turn into this stagnant. And I mean, this goes right here hand in hand with the Hangman, which is basically what this is. This is about feeling stuck and feeling stagnant and needing a new perspective in order to break out of it. That may be where the perception cards is. You kind of need to change your perspective a little bit. And you may feel that under certain situations. For those of you that it's external, when you're away from that situation for any period of time, either on a vacation or whoever it is or whatever it is away from you, you feel that change and you're like, I'd rather it be this way. And for those of you that are feeling the manic depression, you have these calm moments, and that's what you want it to always be like. And so I feel like for those of you who chose this pile, I'm not one to tell you how you need to handle it. I can make suggestions, but it's all entirely up to you. But I really feel like counseling is the best thing. If you're already in counseling, then confiding in some of your friends and family and getting a support system going, because this is something that is affecting your confidence and it's affecting your happiness. And you've been hiding behind this mask, and it's making you feel disconnected from even the people who truly love you because they don't know. And I really, really hope, Group 3, that you open up to people or that you seek help, because this is causing you some pain. And I really hope that you find help for that. And just know that the people that are in your life and love you will do whatever they can to help you. And just meditate or pray, or however you connect with divine, and you'll see that you're loved no matter whatever your situation is. Being manic depressive is not, you're not evil or broken or deserving of it. It's just something that you have to deal with. That's just part of your struggles in this life, and you don't have to do that alone. And if it's an external situation, there are people that are going to want to help ease the way of that. Maybe it's something you even need to get out of. And it doesn't have to be a home life. It could even be work. I mean, this could be something that's going on at work or at school that's just negatively impacting you. So I really hope, Group 3, that you take this mask off, and you'll feel so much better when you do. It'll be hard at first, but because you think you're hiding it, so maybe it's not, maybe it's not really there, or you can deal with it. But take the mask off, and seek out those that want to help you, and let me know in the comments, if this resonated with you, because I'd be really interested to hear about that. So, okay, I'm just really going to pray for blessings for you guys, Group 3, and I'll see you next time.